What's going on, everybody? Andrew Gombis here. Today is Sunday, January 8th, which means we are less than 1 week away from the return of the UFC. I cannot be more excited. This long break from UFC drives me crazy. Had an LFA bet on Friday night that cashed, so it felt great to start the year off on a win. The reason I'm making this video is because I've switched over to a new platform this year. I was on Patreon in the past. Now I'm on DubClub. DubClub is a software for cappers that allows me to get my picks out to you in the quickest, most efficient way possible. And the point of this video is to explain the ins and outs of DubClub, how to use it to your advantage, and how to make money tailing my picks. Sending this video out to the people that are already tailing because it's important to know how to use the service to the best of your ability, and for the people that might be interested that aren't currently subscribed as well. So for starters, there's three tiers on my DubClub. Number one, top tier, $50 a month. That is the free trial I sent to everyone, so you're probably on that right now. Even if you don't plan on sticking with that long term, I'm going to explain that one first because that's probably what you're on right now. Top tier, you get access to all my bets right when I make them. That's UFC, Bellator, PFL, Cage Warriors, Contender Series. That's everything I could possibly put a bet on. You're getting access to that right when I make the bet. I send it out to you. Along with that, you're also getting a breakdown for every single fight on every single UFC card. So that's, say I have 3 money line bets on a card. Those are the 3 breakdowns you're getting from me anyway. But because you're subscribed to that top tier, you're going to get a written breakdown for every single fight, and I'm going to send those all out at the same time, so it won't be bombarding your phone, email, etc. Also on that tier, you're going to be getting non-official bets that are prop leans, because I'm not a prop better, but I do have an edge in that market as well. So I'll be giving you my 2 or 3 favorite prop bets for every card. Again, that's for that top tier, which is $50 a month. Tier number 2, $35 a month. Again, you're still getting every single bet I make. UFC, Bellator, PFL, Cage Warriors, Contender Series, you name it, right when I make the bet. That's tier 2. If you've been on my Patreon in the past, that's the most similar to what was on my Patreon. So what you're getting in tier 1 versus tier 2, you're getting all my bets for every organization regardless. The only difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is you're getting my prop lean. So if you're a prop better, you're going to want to be subscribed to that one. And if you want written breakdowns for every single fight, any leans I might have that aren't official bets, again, that top tier 1 is what I recommend to you. Tier 2, all my official bets, every organization. That's the simplest way to explain it. Tier 3, for the people that maybe are low volume bettors that just want 1 or 2 of my favorite bets per card, that's $25 a month. So that's 1 or 2 bets per every UFC with a written breakdown for those 1 or 2 fights, but that's it. So that tier is for the people who only want 1 or 2 bets per card. You'll be getting my favorite 1 or 2 UFC bets. Now, onto the subject of how to make the bets. You can elect to get the bets, and this is what made me want to switch from Patreon to DubClub. I had gotten some really negative feedback about Patreon towards the end there. Nothing that was in my control, but people were saying they weren't getting the email notifications, and it was really just creating an issue in terms of being able to get the same odds or similar odds to what I'm getting, which is super important, which is what I'm going to touch on. So through DubClub, you can get the plays right to your like a text message, email, I have a Discord set up now, which I never have had in the past. Telegram, you'll get a text the second I enter a pick, and the second you see it, if you're able to open it up, go bet that as soon as possible. That means go right now, because I am affecting the market. I am moving the market when I bet. So if I make a bet at something and it's plus 100, you see it, you'll be able to get it, still get plus 100. But if you get it, or if you're only checking once a day, say you're checking at 8 p.m., I made the bet at 8 a.m., the odds might not even be there. So it's super important. And through DubClub, they allow me to have they allow me to see like everyone who views it and when. So I put a few plays out already. I had an LFA bet Friday. I had a couple UFC bets pending for next weekend already. And it's been really good so far. You guys have been doing great with viewing the picks immediately. Like, I think in 15 minutes, I've been getting over 75% of the plays viewed, which is fantastic. Would love to get that even to like 90, which I think is more doable moving forward when people understand it better. What else did I want to touch on? We went over how to get the bets. It's text, Telegram, Discord, email. And yeah, it's very important to get the same odds I do, or very similar. So what I actually do in each one of my breakdowns is, you may have seen in the past, I say odds good until. So say I bet a fighter plus 200 and I think there's value down to plus 186, I'll write my breakdown and say odds good for 1 unit until plus 186. So that means don't bet it at plus 185, don't bet it at plus 170, don't bet it at plus 150, bet it at plus 186 or higher. Obviously, we always want to get the best odds, but that is like worst case, like worst odds to bet. So if I make a 2 unit bet, I might at plus 200, I might say odds good for 2 units until plus 186, but it's only good for 1 unit until plus 150 because I cap it plus 122 or something like that. So just wanted to go over some general guidelines. As always, feel free to message me on Twitter at Bets and Picks MMA. Leave a comment on this video. Very reachable, so let me know any feedback, any questions you might have. The other thing I wanted to mention, glad I just remembered, is that through DubClub, I've never had this in the past on Patreon. It offers long-term subscriptions, so you could subscribe for a year or 6 months. I highly, highly, highly recommend doing that. You could tell me for a week, you could tell me for 2 weeks, you might win, you might not. You're obviously getting plus EV bets, or else I wouldn't be doing this. But it's way more guaranteed. Nothing's a guarantee, but I'm 5-0 on years. I personally, if I were a random person telling me, I would want to be signed up long term. Because of variance, we might have a losing week, we might have a winning week, and it's so, so, so important to not overreact, not to get too high on the highs, not to get too low on the lows, and really just stay steady, stay even keels, keep a focus, and just kind of chip away. And last year we ended plus 77 units, which is great. It doesn't all happen in one weekend. There can be a minus 5 unit weekend. There could be a plus 10 unit weekend, but really just sticking out for the long term, you're pretty much heightening your chances of success. So that being said, just to recap, you have the 3 tiers. You get the plays through text, Telegram, Discord, and email. I was drawing a blank there on the 4th one. And yeah, so again, if you want to get subscribed, if you want a free trial, because of this video, I'll do a free trial for the next week. Just DM me, say you watched this video if you want a free trial. If you're already subscribed, let me know if you have any questions, comments. I'm super excited to have a great year this year. I'm fired up. I've been doing a ton of research, so I'm looking forward to the UFC getting back to it. That being said, enjoy your Sundays if you're watching football. Enjoy the last week of the regular season, and I will talk to you soon. I'll have more plays posted throughout the week. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.